your thoughts on university?
Probably not that positive. Do you want to go to university?
Okay, what are your thoughts on university? So, university is a vehicle for primarily networking and signaling to other people. So if networking, meeting the correct people is important, which it is almost universally no matter what you decide to do in life, and if signaling to other people is important, then university is a great thing, because there is nothing that signals and networks quite like a good college campus. What is signaling? Signaling just means that you need to prove to somebody else that you have a certain skill set or knowledge. You're looking for a job. You're not looking to be a business owner. If you're looking to be a business owner, the best thing that you could do is experience the real school, which is life, the hard knock school of life. If you enter the real world and start a business, you're going to learn 100 times more than you ever will with a business degree. However, if you're going to work inside of a business, there's not much that beats being at a university, depending on the kind of degree that you get.
Depends on what the upsides are.
Ask me how many resume educations I look at when I hire somebody.
How many?
0. Dude.
Dirty secret. Most entrepreneurs don't actually care, because most entrepreneurs understand what I just said, which is like the only thing that you're getting from a university degree is that networking and that signal, and we don't put a lot of value into that signal because that signal could be corrupted by a bunch of different factors. That gets into a whole other discussion. But suffice it to say that if you want to get a job, the most important thing is actually going to be your personality and your ability to present yourself in the interview, way more than your university degree is ever going to matter.
I've never looked. Most of my engineers I hire, they're self-taught. If you know what you want to do, just go do it. It's like, man, being in debt, do you know student loans are the only debt you can't write off?
Oh.
Yeah, okay, so this is a bit of a misnomer. So yes, his engineers are self-taught. What kind of engineers are we talking about? Because if you're talking like mechanical engineers, you probably need school for that. And there's a couple of professions where it's just necessary, like doctor, like lawyer, like actual engineers, not software engineers, like what I suspect he's talking about. Those places, school is kind of irreplaceable. However, to his point, most fields are not doctor, lawyer, or engineer. And so 90% of the fields, you could just kind of go out there and try to do it yourself. It's more about, do you want to exist inside the structure of a business, or do you want to start the structure of a business? Because if you want to start it, it's way better for you to go into the real world and do it. If you want to exist inside of one and not worry about the rest of the ancillary parts of owning a business, then it's probably better to go to school.
Yeah, if you go bankrupt, you still owe it. There's something wrong with that. All right, high five, man. That was a great question.